And that leads into hurdle number 3, which is working out Amazon keywords, PPC, etc. So you've got the courage, you've looked at the marketplace, and I often found with students, if they just look around their own home and go, what am I passionate about in my own home? What types of items am I passionate about? It's not a bad place to start, just to start looking at data. Like as James always does, he goes to data. So at least then you've got something to look at and compare, and that's what I call the sort of quantitative metrics. Like, is there enough search volume and stuff there? Then there's the qualitative side, which is what Dom does. Dom would look at the category you're going to sell in and go, oh, we can beat these guys because they look crap, and I know how to make it look amazing. Some people just have the eye, like Eric's wife Jen's the same. She can look at a property and know how to renovate it in such a way that people are going to go, wow. And that's the soft qualitative side. So you've got the courage, you've found a product that you want to start checking out, and a rough idea of the avatar. I'm guessing you're targeting, based on what you've said, the higher end of the market.
Yeah, so like...
But then you've got to work out the PPC and keywords, which is the metric side, like how do people find it, how many people are looking and all that. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I mean, this applies to Amazon as it does to any other business, but basically you need to understand the sales process and what goes into that sales process. So with Amazon, the way that I look at it, the way that I was taught to look at it, is to consider each keyword as its own storefront. And so there might be
this microphone.
This podcast mic might be the main keyword, so the main storefront, because it has 100,000 searches per month. But there might also be a keyword that says black podcast mic, and that might have 20,000 searches a month. There might be a keyword that says podcast mic with foam cover or material cover. And so the longer that you go with those keywords, storefronts, the less search volume they usually have. But sometimes in those long search volume keywords, there's an opportunity to differentiate, or to have a purple podcast mic. When we don't know if someone is looking for that, but maybe they are, or they're looking for a mic with a red cord or whatnot. And so being able to identify all of those storefronts is a crucial part of being successful on Amazon.
What tools do you use to do that?
Yeah, so the 3 tools that I've basically used through the journey, and I still use, are ZonGuru, Helium 10, and Data Dive. And they're
and
amazing.
it's critical that you spend a lot of time, because in your notes here you said keywords are your business.
Yes.
Because you can have the product there, but how people find those products and zero in, like the Matrix, right, is by using keywords. And if you don't use when I first started selling whiskey glasses, it was 9 months in, and I went to my mastermind and we did a keyword audit. And somebody said, how much search volume, how much traffic are you getting from the phrase Scotch glasses as opposed to whiskey glasses? And I was like, oh shit. I was not optimized or even advertising for Scotch glasses. Wow. I'm like, how dumb is that, right? Like, and there was a significant amount of traffic, not as much as whiskey, but still a lot. So you use these tools to really get a massive keyword list, and you use the keyword list in your advertising, but also sometimes in your listing itself, like the bullet points, the headline, and so on.
Yeah, so I can drill into the nuts and bolts of that a little bit if you like, but the keywords are funny, but when you're building your listing, you need to use the best and biggest keywords. So the keywords that have the highest search volume, the biggest storefronts. So building your listing, I always look at the keywords with the most search volume. But when you're advertising the listing doing PPC, you may not always convert for all the keywords. So you can't just be throwing money down the drain on keywords that you don't convert for. You need to find the keywords that you can convert for. And Amazon, the algorithm builds upon success. It's like a law of averages. They look at averages over the last hour, averages over the last day, averages over the last 7 days, relative. It's like a bell curve relative to your competition. So if the better your conversion on a particular keyword with your PPC advertising, the better that your organic ranks shoot up on Amazon. So first step is to find the best highest searched, most relevant keywords for your product, build them into your listing. And then you need to go through the process of working out which ones you can actually sell on and convert on with your pay-per-click advertising.
Do you rate your own listings?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I write my own listings, and that's working out the process on Amazon, or the sales process on any business, is super important. There's a lot of people that look at Amazon as that side hustle. I can quit my job and do this and get consultants to run everything for me. I had a friend, I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning it, I won't mention his product or anything, but he spent $200,000 launching a business. It's a fashion item, and he got onto Amazon. He couldn't make it work because he wasn't able to understand the mechanisms behind the PPC and the keywords. And unfortunately, the agency that he had managing his business didn't either. And to me, after doing this for 3-4 years, it was obvious where they were making mistakes. But my friend hadn't taken the time to learn those important levers.
Yeah, see, we sold 17,000 courses, right? And so we got a lot of a big lens into people and their success on Amazon. And inevitably, the time that I would hear about a problem was when it was like that. Somebody had come in and put $100,000 into Amazon and was failing. Oh my God, I bought this course and da-da. First question I would ask them is, what did your mastermind say about this product? Mm-hmm. Now, I was really fishing for, are you in a mastermind, like we told you to be? Because I know a lot of people listening right now are going to be going, oh my God, this PPC stuff, Mark's got his head around it, but I'm still completely confused. You are not going to learn this on the outside, listening to a podcast in 1.5 hours. Mm. You need to actually start, listen to what Mark said and say, okay, what's the biggest keyword in my category? I'll use those tools that he's mentioned to find the biggest keyword. And then you need to be in a mastermind. And then, when you started, you were in 2 or 3 masterminds a week. Yeah. But you need to be in a mastermind where you actively sit around and go, guys, can we go through my PPC data and my keyword data and have a look at this? And that's actually how you learn in the real world. Yeah. And you greatly increase your chances of success if you are in a mastermind. And when I started on Amazon in the Hollywood Hills, me, John, and 2 other guys in the US, that's exactly what we did. Every month we would come together and we would pore over each other's listings and we would work together to make sure. And that's how you learn. You don't, like entrepreneurship, you jump off a cliff and you build a plane on the way down. You are not going to learn it all up front. So for all you perfectionists listening to this, get over it.
And also entrusting agencies. I went through a shit ton as well, and not just on running ads now. Is that there's so many that are full of shit. Yeah. They'll happily take your retainer and they've got fucking no idea what they're doing. Yeah. And they'll blow your business up. And then you think it's a product, then you think it's all your other stuff. It's not. It's just they're not pulling the right levers at the right time. Yeah.
And we experienced this with the new agency, who are excellent, by the way, but there was just a couple of, levers that weren't being pulled. Like, to be clear, I have no idea how to set bids. I have no idea if a keyword should go into broad, phrase, or exact match. I have a little bit of an idea, but I wouldn't know the nuts and bolts of how to set up these campaigns and how to manage the bids, and I don't get that. But what I do understand is total advertising cost of sales, so TACOs, exactly where that level needs to be for my business to be profitable, where I should be setting those targets, how my offer and how loss leader pricing on the most popular ASIN affects the conversion of the rest of the listing, how much organic traffic that drives. I understand all of those other levers that are important to any business, and therefore I'm able to direct my agencies when I see things that aren't going the way that I want them to go, to try something new.
Yeah, overall strategy, you'll call it. And every dial in there that can have a 5%, 10% bump along the way through, and being able to articulate that and instruct it to an agency. Yep. I guarantee most agencies, when you do come with that level of intelligence, they're like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, it's been one of the hardest things, and we'll talk about managing people, and under managing people I put managing agencies, but that communication point, because you see something and it's like it means so much to you because it's like your life on the line, and they're like, we have a system, bro, and it's like, mate,
you don't.
I got another question about the masterminds. I think it's very important also to have a mastermind that will tell you that your product is shit and not just people that agree with you, because I think what happens is people feel bad to tell you, you know, you got a snot in your nose. You know what I mean? They'll look at you and talk to you for half an hour and not tell you, you know? And I think that's the same thing about, hey, your product is shit. To be honest with you, like, why are you choosing that color? I think you're totally wrong, because that's what a mastermind is all about, is about constructive criticism. Now, the question that I have for you is, with the people in the mastermind, do they all have to be in Amazon as well? Or for instance, if I'm in e-com and we're in different types of businesses, is a mastermind still powerful if you have an Amazon business and we don't? Or is it more powerful that everyone would have to have an Amazon business?
Look, horses for courses, right? Like if you're trying to improve PPC, have a mastermind specifically for PPC. But the most important masterminds or mentorships for me haven't necessarily been masterminds. It's been one-on-one communication. So when I'm able to reach out to someone and have one-on-one conversations, I find they're always more effective because we can really deep dive into the issue. So, you know, Brandon Young is a course that I signed up to, and he runs like a weekly office hours type mastermind where you can ask questions and then you've got a bunch of people that will help. But building those one-to-one relationships, really, really important. But I would say the entrepreneurial masterminds, much more important than the specific PPC masterminds, because it's that honest feedback that you talk about that so few people are willing to give in a mastermind, a new mastermind. They're like, they pussyfoot around it.
Yeah, and you really want to be wary of like masterminds where it's 4 or 5 people who've just bought a course and they're all shit scared. Like, oh my God, like, what do you think, Mark? And what do you think, James? And they're like gazelles, right? They're just like twitching out. You need people who are focused, committed, hungry, and are saying, like, if my product sucks, just tell me.
Yeah.
You want those people who are at that point in their life, they've either had some success or they're tired of not having success.
Yeah.
But the ones who are like, neither of those things can be dangerous masterminds. They've got to be in that headspace of, I came to win. And I think that's critical.
And this just isn't Amazon, right?
Everywhere.
Right.
It's
It's every business. It's life. It's e-com. It's property. It's you name it, right? You want to be surrounding yourself with people that know more than you, 100%. Number one, and will tell you the truth.
Yeah, and you know, don't be afraid to politely excuse yourself from a mastermind once you think you've outgrown it. If it's no longer serving you and your business has gone to another level, and it is okay to excuse yourself.
It's essential.
It's
that
essential, right?
that you excuse yourself. It's not only, it's essential, because at the end of the day, you're not here. You're not in business for love. You're in business for freedom.
Hey there. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Unemployable. If you want to watch another clip, click here. Or if you want to see the full episode, click here. Bye for now.